Hi, I'm John. Um, just to introduce myself a little bit, I serve as a chaplain for the police, sheriff, EMS, and hospital trauma centers, helping people through crisis situations at the request of deputies and officers, um, working a scene or incident where some traumatic event has happened and families need to be notified. And I often go and work with families to help them through uh, an unplanned traumatic event in their lives and explain what has happened on behalf of the sheriff's office, give them the details, and then facilitate an intermediary role with law enforcement and citizens as an investigation needs to take place, and also to help the family process the loss and what's going to happen next, what is happening now, and all of the resources and explanations they need so far as possible, and what has been determined and so on. So that's a role where the officers can go back and do their job investigating and doing law enforcement duties while I stay with families, individuals, officers in EMS that may have been traumatized by what they dealt with and saw, and that could result in significant PTSD type events. And so I facilitate, so far as possible, emotional well-being and spiritual care, and align with people's traditional faith-based systems that they believe in, draw strength from. And so I serve all cultures, peoples, religions, and it's kind of an interesting thing as a Christian minister to serve Jewish families and Hindu families, Muslim families, Christian families, if people that don't attest to any spiritual beliefs at all. And coming from the perspective of the sheriff's office, I have immediate access into every home in the county where I serve. And it's a great opportunity to be compassionate to people and help them through crisis situations. A little bit more about myself. My wife and I have been married. We're in our 44th year of a great relationship that started when we were very young, and God has certainly blessed, and I'm very grateful for one of the best things that ever happened to me, my wife. We have 3 children of our own. They're all married. We have grandchild number 9 on the way, due at Christmas time, actually on my birthday, and we'll see how that goes. I look forward to a great year. We had relocated from Houston, Texas area, where we experienced Hurricane Harvey, and we're thinking about moving to Tennessee, where our son started to practice as a dental surgeon. But Hurricane Harvey came along and hastened our exodus, as it delivered about 4.5 feet of water into our living area there in Richmond, Texas. And well, once that happens, what are you hanging on to? What are you waiting for? And so you lose all of your water-drenched belongings, and you have to clean it all up, and then you have to move your family, and in our case, our son's family, and required multiple trips between Texas and Tennessee. So now we are new residents of the great state of Tennessee, and the Lone Star State is in the rearview mirror a little bit. We still have some things to resolve there as far as a house, and we have another son that lives there, and he's feeling kind of sad about us going. So that's, just following God's lead. I am immediately engaged with the sheriff's office here, and they're asking me to serve as a chaplain here for the city and the state, or in the county, and look forward to doing that. I kind of tried to hide out a little bit when I moved to Texas, and God set up a providential situation that really confirmed His calling in my ministry, and immediately engaged and served, I think, well with the officers and the public there. As far as the question in our discussion about relationships with Genesis 1 and 2, for me, Genesis 1 is stating the facts quite straightforwardly, and what a wonderful account of creation and days of creation, and I believe the week has never been broken since creation, and there has a direct tie with the Ten Commandments, and especially the fourth commandment where it talks about creation and our relationship with God as it has to do with creation and Him being our creator. And the day of rest that God established in day 7 of creation is clearly talked about in the fourth commandment. And in the second chapter of Genesis, a restatement with quite a bit more focus on people and why we are the object of God's love and His intentional creativity when it came to men and women, and His purpose and for us. And I like to think a lot about why are we the object of His love, which is a pretty big deal. So I hope this makes sense. I invite you to ask me questions about anything I may have said, and I look forward to getting to know each of you better, reading your posts and commenting on them, and would hope to be an encouragement to each of you as you journey through grade school theology and fulfill, engage, with God's purposeful calling in your life and where it is we're going. And God has a providential plan for each of us, I believe. So God bless your life, and hope this post was enjoyable for you. Bye for now.